Hello, I'm Monty Ledbetter. I'm the Utility Director with the City of Hot Springs.
And good morning. My name is Todd Pillar. I work in the engineering department, but I work for the utility department as their project manager for the major infrastructure projects that Monty builds. And today, Monty and I are standing on top of one of the oldest dam in Arkansas, Bethel Dam, which was built in 1881. And behind us, Craig Brumley Construction has the third contract of our dam improvement projects to repoint the mortar between the rocks here at Bethel Dam. A lot of people in the city don't realize that the city owns approximately 4,000 acres just north of the Whittington Park Avenue fountain. It's 2,200 acres around 3 lakes and about 1,500 acres around Lake Ricks. And those 4 lakes, Ricks, Sanderson, Dillon, and Bethel, of course, are made by 4 dams. And the city owns and operates those 4 dams. And the reason for the dam projects that Monty has me managing is mainly for safety reasons. Secondly, for stability of the dam. And third is the spillway maintenance.
As you can imagine, back in the 1800s, the material that they had to use was on site. So they used the rocks and the mortar and the sand out of the creeks and the gravel out of the creeks to construct these dams. So, to maintain these dams, we're having to do a lot of work, and that's some of the work that you see done behind us, as Todd mentioned. And we've done a lot of work to some of the other dams.
Yep.
We'll show you in a little bit, but
yeah, we have. This is our third contract. We have 4 contracts right now. The first contract was vegetation removal on all 4 dams. The second contract was concrete repairs strictly at Ricks, which is Ricks Lake. Ricks Dam is the water supply for the Lakeside Water Plant.
Yeah, now that's the only one that we're currently using.
Right.
We're not using Bethel, Dillon, or Sanderson lakes.
For drinking water.
We're not using those for drinking water anymore. There's no safe yield in those. We can't depend on them, so therefore we just don't use them. Lake Ricks is a pretty big lake, so we're able to still continue to use that, and that feeds the Lakeside Water Treatment Plant and one end of our water system. So,
right.
A little history on these dams. Of course, started back in the 1800s when they first started needing water in downtown Hot Springs. Now they built this dam first, of course, and then they needed more water, so they built Dillon Dam, which created Dillon Lake. Back then they didn't have electricity, so they used steam plant operations. So they needed these 2,000 acres that they have around here for the wood. They bought that. The city bought that
right.
to use to run the steam plants. So
but it also protects your watershed,
yeah.
the watershed for the lakes
Yeah.
too.
So yeah.
And that's what the dams do. They protect the water. They protect the people downstream from the when it rains. Imagine all the rock around here is pretty flashy, but the concrete repairs we did in contract number 2 for Ricks and Sanderson really brought those up to stability standards. And then contract 3, which is this contract, is repointing Bethel. And contract 4, the dams are pretty remote, as you can imagine. And Monty doesn't have really any way to get heavy equipment in here, track hoe or a backhoe or a bobcat for maintenance on the dams. So the 4th contract we're working on is to replace a bridge down here at the end of Lake Bethel to allow Monty to come from the Lakeside Water Plant to maintain access to at least 3 of the dams, Bethel here, Dillon, and Sanderson.
Yeah, the city's always going to maintain these dams. It's up to us in the utility department, since it belongs to us, to maintain these dams. And we shouldn't have to do anything after these contracts are done. We shouldn't have to do anything here for the next 20 years plus, just other than just small maintenance items. But
Right.
you have to have access to them with equipment is critical. So that's why we're spending a little money and getting this taken care of now.
Yep.
So that's about all we have here today, but we want to direct you to our city website, cityhs.net. and our social media sites with the city. So stay tuned to those. We'll be posting pictures and some more information on future projects at those locations. So thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.